As Donald Trump intensifies his economic offensive against India over Russian oil imports, a new geopolitical equation may be taking shape in Asia. One that could bring two rivals, India and China, back to the same table. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to visit Tianjin, China, for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit from August 31 to September 4, his first visit to China since the deadly Galwan clashes in 2020. This high-profile trip comes amid a sharp escalation in rhetoric from U.S. President Donald Trump, who has imposed a total of 50% tariff on Indian goods, following an additional 25% penalty. The reason? India's continued purchase of discounted Russian oil. The tariff is among the highest Washington has ever levied on a partner nation, and it has pushed trade tensions to their breaking point. Trump's remarks weren't just economic. In recent speeches, U.S. President slammed India's economy as dead, criticized its defense ties with Moscow, and questioned its status as a reliable trading partner. The tariffs on India are also a proof of Trump's appeasement, reportedly for his MAGA base, who resent Indians for taking American jobs for a cheaper price. India responded firmly. The Ministry of External Affairs called the tariffs unjustified and unreasonable, and said oil imports were driven by global market realities, not political alignment. India also exposed the West's hypocrisy, citing the EU's massive trade with Russia, including record LNG imports. The statement also mentioned that Washington, too, continues to import Russian goods, including uranium for its nuclear industry and critical minerals, despite public condemnation of Moscow's war in Ukraine. New Delhi questioned why only developing nations are penalized for the same. Interestingly, Beijing echoed a similar tone. China's foreign ministry declared it would protect its energy security regardless of American pressure. At the UN, China accused Washington of double standards, highlighting America's own ongoing trade with Russia as a sign of what it called Western hypocrisy. Chinese media, often hostile to India, cheered New Delhi's defiance. The Global Times praised India's independent foreign policy and noted that Russian oil was crucial to its economic resilience. So, is Donald Trump's tariff war unintentionally nudging two historic rivals, India and China, toward alignment? Recent signals suggest a thaw. India and China have agreed on limited border patrol resumption and reopened the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra after 5 years. New Delhi has resumed issuing tourist visas to Chinese nationals, and talks are underway to restore direct commercial flights. Meanwhile, diplomatic exchanges, including back-to-back visits by India's top security and defense officials to China, indicate strategic dialogue is back on track. However, many Indian analysts believe this realignment may be tactical, a response to Trump's unpredictable foreign policy and what some see as a U.S. pivot back toward Pakistan. Beijing, too, sees opportunity. A strained U.S.-India relationship gives China space to weaken the Quad and reset ties in Asia on its terms. Yet experts warn this is far from a full-fledged India-China alliance. The Galwan scars remain fresh, and deep mistrust persists across borders, businesses, and battlefields. But one thing is clear: Donald Trump's economic brinkmanship may redraw severed diplomatic lines between India and China, even if it is to shut down U.S.'s higher tariffs. As Tianjin prepares to host world leaders, the spotlight is on shifting alliances of both countries in a world where economic power plays are reshaping traditional rivalries.
If you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe to Mirror Now.